Welcome to the NOIT Use and Care demonstration video. It's helpful to have your NOIT and your instruction manual handy.
Hello, I'm Ron Davis. I'm the inventor of the NOIT device. And what we're doing here today is we're going to be going over what is necessary for caring for and using the NOIT device and the pads. Over time, we have put together what we call the NOIT team. And I'm not the only person that's involved in doing this. There are other individuals that are a part of the team that are more familiar with the day-to-day activity of what goes on within the families that are using the NOITs. I'd like to turn the video over to other members of the team. They will introduce themselves and they will show you how to use the device and how to care for it and how to care for the pads.
Hi, I'm Beth Shear. I'm a licensed Davis Autism Approach facilitator and also a member of the NOIT team. When you receive your NOIT, the first thing you will want to do is take it out of its package and charge it. It comes with a charging cord, which you simply plug into your computer. The other end is plugged into this little port right here, which is right beside the power button. You'll take the other end of your charging cord and simply slide it in here. Ooh. If it doesn't go in one way, turn it over. You'll see the little red light has come on the inside of the NOIT. This means it's charging. When it turns green, it's fully charged. Before you use it for the first time, you will want to fully charge it. However, if you're going to be storing it for any length of time, you will need to let the charge run down a couple of hours before you put it away. That will prolong the battery life. And to remove the charger, simply remove it. And that's how you charge. So now I would like to show you what might come with your NOIT. Every NOIT user gets a NOIT, but not every NOIT user gets the same thing with it. Some people are using the old pads, which have the gel directly embedded onto a cloth backing, and the piezos are usually visible. Sometimes they're underneath, but this gel is a single-use gel and the whole thing gets thrown away, including the piezos and the connector. Recently, Ron has created adapters, which you only need one of because you don't get rid of these pieces. You only get rid of the gel that comes with it, which I'll be showing you after. These adapters can look different depending on what Ron was working on at the time that it was made. So some are different colors, some have a cloth backing with the piezos clearly visible, some have a white plastic backing, these two both do. Some of them have wires right here that you can see. That does not affect the use of the NOIT in any way. That's just where the wires were sitting when they were put into the dragon skin molding. You may also have a clear one that has some kind of backing. This is a gray plastic backing, but they can come with any number of backings. So all of these work the exact same. So all of the information in the video, with the exception of throwing these away, applies to all of these adapters. These adapters use gels, and we'll be talking about those shortly. But every single one of these works the exact same as the old kind of pads. They just snap on, and there you have your NOIT. They come off the exact same way. Oops, should have turned that off first, but that's okay. And that's all there is to it. Now I'm going to show you how to change the volume on the NOIT. There are two buttons. One has a minus and one has a plus. And this allows me to introduce you to another member of the NOIT research team. That's Chris Phoenix. Although he's not able to appear in the video, his voice does, because it's his voice that you will hear when you push these buttons. His voice will be telling you what volume setting the NOIT is on. It goes from 1 to 7, 7 being the loudest and 1 being the quietest. Let's see where this one is now. In order to change the volume, you must start by turning it on, which is right here. So if I want to increase the volume, I just push the plus button and I will hear Chris's voice tell me the volume setting. So he just said 6. So we've got one more to go. 7. I'll let you hear it a couple of tings. So that's quite loud. I'm going to turn it down to a 4, 6, 5, 4. We recommend that you start off using the NOIT between a 3 and a 5. Typically we suggest a 4. If the NOIT user seems to be bothered by it, we suggest turning it down. And that's how you change the volume. So the next thing I'd like to show you is how to test to make sure that your NOIT is working properly and that both piezo's, which is the part of the adapter that makes the sound, and also the part of the old pads that makes the sound, to make sure that they're working. So even though we can't see them in the adapter, they're still in there. They're just covered in dragon skin. So what can happen over time is that some of these wires can become brittle or disconnect, or the solder can be pulled, and that's just wear and tear. Those things happen. But we want to make sure that it's working properly before we put it on our user. So how we do that is turn it on and turn the volume up so that you can hear it. And then as you are pushing the button, you should be able to hear the whole word of the volume setting. So I'm going to push the minus button, and that clearly said 3. I'm going to push it back up. That one says 4, 5. Now, if something was wrong, I would not hear the entire word. I would hear only part of the word. Perhaps I would hear f, or I would hear or I would hear th, or e instead of the whole word 3. So we need to make sure that we're hearing the entire word, which tells us that both of the piezo's and both sets of wires are properly attached to the connector. If that is not the case, please contact NOIT Research or your facilitator for further instructions, and we will get this sorted out for you. So now I'd like to show you how to apply the gel to the back of the adapter. When you receive your adapter with your NOIT, it won't have a gel on it. If you're using old style pads, the gel is embedded, so doesn't need to be changed. But if you're using the newer adapters, then you need to first apply the gel, and then when the gel is no longer useful, you'll need to remove it. So we've tried to make it easy. It's clearly labeled skin side and NOIT side. Now, the first thing you'll need to do is check to make sure that your gel is hydrated and sticky. And this one is nice and sticky, so we don't need to do anything to it before we apply it to the NOIT. What we're going to do is take off one of the NOIT stickers, the little tiny ones, and then apply the gel to the NOIT. See how I've tried to make it match the backing. Now if I've made a mistake, which I made a little one there, I can simply peel it off and start over. And once I get it started, I can just peel back this other piece like a band-aid. And I need to smooth it down well. See all the little bubbles? That's air. And it's going to make it not adhere as well as it needs to. And it's going to also dry out faster. So I want to get as many bubbles out as I can. And then I'm ready to attach it to a NOIT and turn it on. And I'm also ready to take this backing off and keep it. Now, sometimes there will be little bits of gel stuck to this. We want to just remove them with our finger. Keep this in a safe place because you're going to need it to put back on the gel for storage. And that's how you put a gel on. So we've already shown you how to apply a new gel. But what happens if I get to my gel and it's not sticky at all? Look, it's not tacky, it's not sticky. I know that's not going to stick to anything. So what do I need to do with it? Well, what's happened is it's gotten dehydrated, either in packaging and shipping or in storage, but it's not a lost gel. We can still use this gel. So first thing I want to do is take the two small plastics off of it. And that side is stickier than the other. But you can see that the gel is kind of hard and doesn't have that shiny feeling or look that it should. So what I want to do is take a few drops of my water and just spread them around. Now, it takes a few minutes for the gel to absorb the water, so be patient. You can put it in the fridge while it does this, or you can even put the little plastics over it so it can saturate itself really well. So if you get a gel out of the package and it looks hard and it's not sticky, it's not a lost gel. We just need to rehydrate and get its stickiness going again. And after a little while, it'll be just like this one, nice and sticky and shiny, tacky with your finger. So I hope that helps. Now you've used your gel a few times and it's gotten less sticky or something, or it's gotten covered in fur, lint. We just need to take a bit of water on our dampened finger and dampen the gel. The gel is water-based, so you can technically wash it away, but that would take a lot of water. And the longer that these gels have been in use, the less sticky they are. So now that I've rehydrated the gel, I can either put it in the fridge for 20 minutes or I can just leave it out for a few minutes. If it's really gotten stiff and hard, I can put the plastic on top of it and let it kind of soak in the gel, the water soak back in the gel. And then I will have a well-hydrated sticky gel. So now I'd like to show you what to do when your gel is no longer useful. So I've got a gel here that's been used quite a bit. It's starting to peel at the edges. It's getting caught on a shirt. So it's falling off a lot. So this gel, it's time to change it. So to get it off, what we want to do is make sure that we don't pull on the white plastic. We only want to pull on the gel. So what I like to do is use my fingernail to kind of hold down the plastic. It won't come off easily, but why take a chance? And then get my other fingernail in and just slide the gel off carefully. And now this is garbage. And now I've got a fresh place to put a new gel. Before you put the NOIT on the NOIT user for the first time, you're going to have to make sure that the skin is properly prepared or your gel pads won't last as long as they should. You need to make sure that the skin is clean and free of soap or cream or anything like that. And also you need to make sure that the skin is free of hair if at all possible, especially on adolescent males. This has become something we are very aware of. You need to make sure the skin is properly prepared. Now the other thing that you may want to do before you apply your NOIT for the first time is use this little tab that we've created right here to protect the NOIT from being lost. Before you do that, you'll need to remove it from the gel pad to access the tab, and you can use a string or a ribbon or anything that you have handy and believe that your NOIT user won't mind, and just pull it through the little tab. Use as much ribbon as you think you need for your user, and then you can either just tie it through a shirt tag if it's one of the ones that you could tie through, or you can use a safety pin to pin it to the inside of the shirt or the shirt collar. You can get safety pins that cannot open. They're diaper pins, old-fashioned diaper pins. Those might be good for someone that's wiggly. But by having this attached to the user's shirt, you know your NOIT will not be lost if the gel pad pops off of the user's back. So hope that's helpful.
Hi, my name is Ray Davis and I am a member of the NOIT research team. I'm here to show you the proper application technique. Step 1, remove the plastic coating or the mylar film. Step 2, turn the NOIT device on and adjust the volume to the proper level. That's said 4, and that's the right volume to start with. Step 3, expose the skin. It should be placed directly on the midline. You should be able to read the word NOIT to make sure that it is installed right side up. Press it onto the skin. Pin it to the clothing. Be very careful not to poke the person with the pin. I would prefer diaper pins because they're safer. Stash the ribbon on the inside of the clothing. And you're done. At the end of the day, or before nap time, removing the NOIT device is the right thing to do. So, step 1, remove the pin. Again, being careful not to poke the person. Expose the NOIT device. Turn it off. Grab it by one corner and gently pull. Put the mylar film back over the gel pad and charge it for the next usage.
So a couple of final notes. The NOIT is not waterproof. Do not submerge it in water. Take it off of the NOIT user before showering, bathing, swimming, that kind of stuff. And also, we want the user to take it off before they go to sleep. Being disoriented is a natural part of the sleep cycle, and if we keep the NOIT on when the person is sleeping, it will disrupt that proper sleep. So if you have a toddler that naps, take it off. If you have a teenager that goes to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, take it off. Just make sure that they're taking it off before they go to sleep.
This section of the video discusses changing the frequency of the ting sound. This should only be done under the advice of a licensed Davis facilitator. There will come a time when you want to change the frequency of the NOIT ting sound from 8 to 16 seconds. To do that, you have the device turned on, and then you're going to go through a process of pushing both buttons, hearing the words delay 1, then pushing the plus button, and you'll hear the words delay 2. This means the change has been made, just like this. And now it will ting every 16 seconds. To increase it further to the next delay setting, you repeat the process. Now it will ting every 32 seconds. If your NOIT user does not like the change to a longer frequency, you can change it back to the last one by pushing both buttons and then pushing the minus button. I've just successfully changed it from 32 back to 16 seconds, and I can take it all the way back to the first setting if I desire by pushing both buttons and the minus one again. And that's how you change the frequency.
We hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you very much for watching.